Hello everybody and welcome again to McCown Gymnasium on the campus of Winona State University as HPC Channel 25 Sports presents boys high school basketball. It's the Cotter Ramblers against the Kingsland Knights in the 21st annual Ace Communications Midwest Wireless Warrior Club Holiday Basketball Tournament. I'm Justin Barrientos alongside Dave Williams, and Dave, a great game is on tap for us here tonight as both of these teams are ranked in the top 10 in Class 2A.
Yeah, this is a terrific matchup, and one of those matchups that makes this tournament so great, so interesting, and so entertaining is that you get these teams, get them together, and you get them together early on in the season. Of course, you know, these teams are probably going to see each other later in the season as well. We know that they will. But yes, right now coming out, you've got Kingsland coming in, and, you know, off a big win against La Crescent in the opening round of the tournament. Winona Cotter coming in over an equally impressive win over a very, very good Plainview team in their opening, you know, Plainview Elgin Millville team in their opener last night. And that was a game that the Ramblers, Justin, were down early. They were down right away. But I felt once Cotter started to hit the boards a little better and really started to take control on the boards, cut down on their turnovers a little bit, and suddenly the Ramblers were able to turn that game around and really take charge. You know, especially you got toward the 13-minute mark of the second half, or 13 minutes remaining. All of a sudden they were on their way, and Cotter, you know, able to cruise to a victory against a very solid Plainview team.
Kingsland coming into this game with a record of 7-0. They are number 7 in Class 2A. The Ramblers are 6-1, number 4 in 2A, and the Ramblers' only loss this season was at St. Bernard's up in St. Paul.
St. Bernard's, one of the better teams in the state, obviously, and featuring, you know, a solid Division I prospect there. So yeah, it's tough. The interesting matchup you're going to have here tonight for Kingsland, the bulk of the scoring has really come from two players over the course of this season. You've seen Josh Hagan scoring just under 18 points a game at 17.7 his average, and Alex Nelson scoring 14.7. Nelson is also grabbing the rebounds, averaging about 8 rebounds a game. And so once again, the Ramblers, who really, with Jeff Gilbertson injured, don't have a true post player, are going to face a 6'5 guy in Nelson. And, you've got a little bit of height advantage leaning toward Kingsland, hanging at 6'3" as well. But Ramblers, Cotter plays much bigger, I think, you know, for a team that, you know, you could argue that they're really 5 guards out there on the floor. But these guys have some hops, and they're tremendously athletic. The other thing about the Ramblers, and this is what came out in the game really last night against Plainview Elgin Millville, is they are so hard to defend because they've got so many different players who can score. And you had a number of players last night in double figures for the Ramblers, 4 players. You know, Sam Blank leading the way for Cotter, 19 points. But you had David Leaf scoring 15, really a breakout game for Leaf in terms of scoring. His speed and his penetration got to them to the foul line. Patrick Boland, 14. Thomas O'Brien comes off the bench, hits a couple of big three-point shots. He finishes with 10. So you get a lot of different players who can score for this Ramblers. Brian Hegel can play inside, can also step outside and shoot the jumper. And we'll see the exciting sophomore Joe Conway tonight as well.
So the Ramblers win the opening tip, and a couple of the names that Dave just mentioned are averaging in double figures for Cotter this season. Sam Blank at about 16.7 points per game, Patrick Boland 15.5, and Thomas O'Brien averaging 11.5. There is a jumper by Leaf that misses, and Kingsland comes out with the ball. Chantress Soom coming up with the ball now to Nelson, and over to Hagan, and that was knocked away, and Dave able to get a hand on the ball.
My goalkeeping experience there, able to parry that aside.
Out of bounds Rambler basketball, and they will come up with the ball as Andy Wolf will run the point. Wolf now over to Blank. They'll go back off the screen. Bounce pass in the corner for Blank, and a foul called.
Sam, sensing that contact, just throws it up there, nearly got the basket. He'll get to the line, though, right away.
Foul is on Jared Kellogg, his first personal foul, first team foul. And Blank puts the Ramblers on the board.
Well, Sam is just an absolutely terrific shooter. You know, really get outside and hit the three, good at the foul line. This is a smooth shot.
89% from the foul line this season. Ramblers lead here by 2. Soom working on Leaf. Soom will swing it over now to Kellogg, looking inside, and that's off the glass and good for Alex Nelson.
Well, Nelson with a good post up there. The Ramblers tried to get some help over. Just a nice little move in the paint for Nelson to get past the defender.
High post.
Looking to go inside, now back out. Good passes here by the Ramblers. Now a pass along the baseline, and the runner by Hegel.
Good ball movement by the Ramblers against the Kingsland defense. Just kept that ball moving.
There's a steal by Bolin. Bolin down court, goes up for it and gets it.
Patrick Bolin, one of those Ramblers with those quick hands. They will force turnovers.
6 points on the scoreboard for Cotter, all spread out, 2 points apiece for 3 players. There's a 3-point shot. Just hit the front of the rim by Hagan. Battle for the rebound is won by Nelson, and he gets the putback.
Nelson's not only tall, I mean, he's solid, broad-shouldered guy. He is going to really be tough to move. Tough to even get a box out on there. Ramblers had tried to trap Soom. He was able to reverse the ball out of it, and that created the shot.
As mentioned, Nelson leading the way for the Kingsland Knights in rebounds this season. Hegel once again in the corner. Wolf will give the long pass over to Leaf. Blank up top, trying to drive in. Triple team, gets it outside. I believe that was a 2-pointer. Foot on the line. No, they're going to give him 3. Andy Wolf with the 3.
Well, and Andy Wolf, here's another one, is not known necessarily as one of the scorers, but here's Wolf get his game on early. Hitting from downtown.
Soom didn't see anything, had to turn it back up.
Good quickness from Soom there to beat the defense.
Bernard misses.
Penetration.
Out of bounds, Rambler basketball.
It'd be important for Cotter to take care of the ball.
It's Mike Costello, the head coach of the Cotter Ramblers.
Take it yourself, Andy. Push it up there. Let's go. Not pressure. Feed.
Around to Bolin. Now back.
Kingsland plays this zone, which I don't know how effective that's going to be against the Ramblers shooters.
Well, Sam Blank had an open shot and took it for 3, and the Ramblers lead here 12-4. A 30-second timeout called by Kingsland.
Yeah, sit in that zone. I mean, with a team like Cotter that can hit the outside jump shot as effectively and move the ball as effectively as the Ramblers do, you know, that's tailor-made, I think, to beat that Kingsland defense. Although, you know, the trick is sometimes you go man-to-man. Now you got to match up against their quickness. So we'll see how, you know, what adjustments the Knights are going to make here.
Mentioned that Kingsland coming into this game with a record of 7-0. They had their problems against La Crescent in their opening game of the tournament. Just able to pull that victory out 66-64 in a very exciting game that obviously went down to the wire there as just a 2-point victory.
Cotter will press coming out of the timeout right away here.
8-point lead here for Cotter. Soom makes his move on Leaf. Lost the ball. Gets it back. Throws it away. Rambler basketball.
Now they're going to really work Soom. They're going to make him earn his position on the court. Showed some good quickness on the last possession, but on this possession there, got himself in trouble as the trap came late.
Handle it. Handle it.
Wolf will have to work on Bernard, who's brought up his defense.
Kingsland comes out of the timeout in the man-to-man here to get out of that zone right away. They know that the shooters, they'll take their chances.
Sam Blank good from the free throw line.
Of course, the danger now, you get the Ramblers in man-to-man, and they can beat you so well individually.
Long pass taken by Kellogg at the 3-point line, looking inside, and off the glass for Nelson. Nelson, all 6 of Kingsland's points.
Secondary, let's go. Secondary.
3-point shot from Hegel, just short. And the rebound to Hagan.
This is definitely going to be a game of perimeter shooters against the post.
Yeah.
And no secret what Kingsland's going to try and take advantage of their height mismatch that they have with the Ramblers. Cotter, the other end, is going to look to hit the jump shots.
Wolf came away with the rebound for the Ramblers on the other end.
Screen, let's go. Andy, screen, let's go, get at it. Break him down.
Patrick Bolin making his decision, driving in, stops at the lane, puts up the shot. Rebound by Bernard.
Patrick a lot of times tries to draw the foul in there, just kind of leaning in, twisting his body, trying to draw contact. Kingsland that time doing a good job Knights recognizing he's probably far enough away from the basket that there was no need to make contact.
Pass was kicked out of bounds by Blank, and so Kingsland will take over. So look at the Kingsland bench, their head coach C.J. Borger.
Eagle overplayed it a little bit, didn't realize there's no help behind him, trying to overplay that pass, and nice easy basket there for the Knights.
Again, Nelson scoring. That shot blocked a little too much.
Foul, yeah. Got him on the hand, I think.
And the foul is on Hagen.
Hagen shaking his head, doesn't think that was a foul.
First foul on Hagen, second team foul for Kingsland.
Ramblers are going to go a little bigger in the lineup here. Doug Gurnis is going to get an early look. Thomas O'Brien and now Conway is going to come in as well. O'Brien can really hit the shot. I mean, he's got some range to his shot.
Blank knocks down one of two.
And you will be amazed at Conway's athleticism. He can leap out of the gym.
Tight defense here by the Ramblers as Bernard comes across the half-court line. Looking to go inside, now back out for Hagen. Hagen driving in the lane.
A nice little spin move by Hagen, couldn't get it to fall. Ramblers doing a pretty good job on the boards here.
Conway got that rebound. Three-pointer from Blank.
Wow.
Big shot by Sam Blank, 11 points on the night. Hagen now running the point.
Blank is definitely has his touch tonight.
Soom looking to go inside. Blank got a hand on it. And the shot missed by Kellogg, out of bounds, Kingsland basketball.
Two Ramblers had a hand on that rebound. Just lost the handle on it out of bounds. Cotter doing a pretty good job on the boards here, though.
Well, very good job. Carl Eberle, number 10, checks in for the Knights. He's in for Soom. Three-pointer missed by Nelson. Long down-court pass. Nelson intercepts. They were looking for Patrick Boland down court.
Once in a while, the Ramblers get a little ahead of themselves and trying to push the tempo of the game. A couple of times in the Plainview game resulted in turnovers.
Well, that pass was there for just a second. It was knocked away by O'Brien, regained by Bernard.
Got a dead ball there.
Put a miss on the pass, or in the handoff to Eberle. Eberle able to get it back.
This is good defense by the Ramblers.
Outside shot is missed by Kellogg, and the rebound to Conway.
Look at Conway get up and get that board.
Secondary!
Only been in a couple of minutes already with 2 rebounds.
Joe Conway, trail, let's go!
Conway will swing it over to Blank.
Swing it! Swing! Swing! Joe, get
O'Brien
inside.
will back up. Or Bowling, excuse me, backs up.
Yeah, Boland can handle the ball here.
Go, cut, screens, bomb open.
Gurnis trying to get a post up down low.
Conway outside jumper.
Little hitch in his shot there.
Just short, and Hagen comes up with the ball for the Knights. Hagen trying to go through traffic in the lane. Hagen.
Hagen now starting to get his game going a little bit in terms of offense, the leading scorer for Kingsland on the season in terms of average.
8-point lead here for the Ramblers. 10:20 to go in the first half. A steal by Kellogg. Kellogg has it knocked out of bounds by Boland.
Great defensive play by Boland. A sloppy pass the other end. Patrick, though, stays with it, comes all the way down. Doesn't let Kellogg get that easy layup.
Eberle will now inbound. Hagen will get it right back to Eberle. Inside again for Nelson. Back outside. Hagen lost control, out of bounds, Rambler ball.
Now 4 early turnovers on Kingsland. we approach just 8 minutes into the game.
Bolin takes a look. Gurnis will give it over to O'Brien for 3.
There's that range we talked about. I think teams now are starting to get used to the idea that Thomas O'Brien will hit that NBA range 3. As you saw, the defense extended all the way out that time.
Foul away from the ball.
Doug Gurnis is going to get called, trying to get position down low as he battles with Nelson.
It's the first team foul on the Ramblers, as number 24, Christian Fenstermacher, checks in for the Kingsland Knights. Kagan looking inside. Fenstermacher will get it back out. Three-pointer, Nelson misses. Rebound to Bolin.
The big man stepping outside wants to get in on the shooting.
O'Brien thought about the 3, takes a closer shot, just off. Bolin with the rebound, he misses. Eberle down court. Eberle 2-on-1. Misses the layup. Bolin will now push it up court for the Ramblers. Three-pointer for Bolin.
Wow, see, Cotter's got so many different players who can hurt you. We talked about that balance. Mike Costello talked a lot about the balance in the Winona Daily News following the game yesterday, and you know it's always on display with this Cotter team. Now you see Bolin stepping outside. He can knock down that 3. Who do you defend? And who do you concentrate on if you're an opposing team?
Ramblers swarming around the basketball. That'll go out of bounds, and it's Cotter basketball. Nelson not happy with the call.
Kingsland players arguing that it was a kick by one of the Cotter players. Nelson probably needs to settle down a little bit, perhaps a little too demonstrative there. Referee Lauren Benz just walks away from it.
So
I don't know that I saw a kick.
Yeah, 14-point lead, 8:25 to go in the half. Blank driving in. And Nelson able to get the loose ball. Hagan on the other end misses. Rebound by Gurnis.
Good fast pace to the game.
Three-pointer from O'Brien.
Wow. He's got a man in his face. I mean, the defender, Hagan, is there. And he is just, so confident in his shot that he doesn't worry about it.
Not at all. That will force Kingsland to take a timeout. Down by 17 with 7 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the first half. We'll take a break on Channel 25. More Rambler basketball right after this.
You face choices every day.
Chinese?
How about pizza?
Romance?
Sci-fi.
It's formal.
What?
Whatever you decide on, one decision that's easy to make is for your cable provider. At HBC, you get the best for local and long-distance phone service, cable, and internet. Call 474-4000 today.
You're kidding.
Back here at McCown Gymnasium for the 21st Annual Warrior Club Holiday Basketball Tournament. Justin Barrientos alongside Dave Williams as we take a look at the Cotter fans in attendance and a good crowd here on hand as the Ramblers lead by 17. Talked about all the different weapons for the Cotter Ramblers. We just saw Thomas O'Brien hit a deep three-point shot. Defender in his face. He's got 6 points off the bench. Meanwhile, you take a look at Kingsland, and the bulk of their scoring has come from Alex Nelson.
Well, it has. It's the Ramblers have done a pretty good job of the perimeter defense, and Nelson really has just been able to use his size to get the 8 of, I believe, of the points that Kingsland has.
Off the glass, no good. Rebound underneath. Count that one and the foul. Eberle able to get the bucket.
That's what the Knights needed. You get that layup, draw that foul, and get a chance here for the three-point play.
Joe Conway called on the foul for the Ramblers, his first second team foul. Three-point play opportunity here for Eberle. And Eberle short. Battle for the rebound won by Nelson.
Ramblers wanted an over-the-back call. Gurnus probably need to do just a little more to establish his position to earn that call against the bigger Nelson.
Nelson now with 10 points on the night. Go over to Leaf. Leaf will take the three. Just short.
Look at Conway get up and get that rebound, though. And this is the interesting thing. I mean, a lot of teams, I think, make the mistake of thinking that Cotter, not a lot of height, you know, without Gilbertson, so on and so forth, that you can, you know, you can get them on the glass and so on. But this Rambler team, they're so athletic. Oh, there's O'Brien again.
His third three-pointer of the night.
This Rambler team is so athletic. You know, they get a lot of rebounds at both ends of the floor, just through getting good position and their ability to get up high in the air.
Underneath, that's good for Christian Fenstermacher. His first bucket of the night. It's a 14-point lead. O'Brien again for three.
I aired that one. It was tipped coming off his hand. This is the officials.
And Hagen able to get a hand on it. Bolin and Hegel will check back in for the Ramblers. Soom will come back in for Kingsland.
Gurnus and Blank going to get a rest here for Cotter.
O'Brien gets his position, now over to Bolin.
You can see Kingsland now, really, they want to change up the defense a little bit against O'Brien, and they're not even going to let him have any room to get that shot off.
Bolin, his pass intended for Leaf goes out of bounds. Kingsland basketball. Andy Wolf checking back in the Cotter lineup. He'll be in for O'Brien.
Ramblers moving players in and out of the lineup, keep the legs fresh. Not a game to play yet.
Hagen over to Soom. Looking back inside for Nelson. Turnaround jump shot for Nelson. No good.
I think the Ramblers will let him have that shot. The layup is what you're concerned about until Nelson shows he can hit a jump shot from a little further away in this game.
That pass, Nelson
Careless
got a
with
hand
the
on.
ball suddenly here. The Ramblers, a couple of turnovers. They'd been doing a good job early, had Cotter, of taking care of the basketball, but two straight possessions. Careless passing.
Hagen in the lane before the shot, a foul. And Bolin called for his first, team third. Jared Kellogg checking back in for Kingsland. And Sam Blank back in for the Ramblers. Hagen looking to inbound. He's got to get it in. Looking for Soom. It goes back to Hagen. Out of bounds.
That's off of Hegel, I believe, who just got his hand in there to swat that away. Interesting little play there. Trying to earn on the inbound, trying to earn Hagen an easy layup, but the Ramblers had that one sorted out.
Outside jumper is good for Eberle.
Good defense by Blank, but Eberle just able to get up, power that shot up over.
It is now 12 with 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Blank makes his move baseline. Pass to Patrick Bolin.
Look at Patrick. Look at great body control. Little up and under move to get underneath the defense.
Soom tried to use his speed down court, but pickpocketed by Leaf. Leaf with the pass to Bolin. No shot.
Be a walk. Well, that one maybe, I don't know. There was certainly some contact there with the defender that I think led to the steps, but Leaf, that no-look pass, sometimes you get a step ahead of your teammate.
Hagen trying to dribble out of trouble inside. Eberle. So a couple of quick points for Eberle now, and it's a 12-point Rambler lead.
Well, the Ramblers need to get back. Take care of the ball. Don't get ahead of themselves here now. Take care of the basketball like you were doing such a nice job of early in the game.
Leaf trying to make a move. Nice play to save the ball.
Walk there, possibly.
Hagen down court, takes it himself.
Yeah, good timeout coming here from the Ramblers.
A full timeout call. It's 32-22. Ramblers with the lead. 4:19 left to go in the first half, and the timeout on the court. We'll take a timeout on Channel 25. Back with more Rambler basketball after this.
This is the best time of the year, and it's only at your Toyota dealer. It's Toyotathon, the perfect time to save on many of the Toyotas you've been wishing for. Get 0% APR for 60 months or 3,000 customer cash on the unstoppable Tundra. IntelliChoice's best when you buy it, best when you sell it, best while you own it. Or get a $299 a month lease for 36 months on the rugged Tacoma, America's best-selling compact truck. The Toyotathon year-end sales event. Hurry, time is running out.
Back at McCown Gymnasium, a look at the Cotter bench having to call a timeout after the basket by Hagen. Kingsland spreading it around a little bit more with Hagen and Eberly getting into the scoring mix.
Well, yeah, it's what Kingsland's had to do. They can't, they've been able to rely on Nelson's just with his size early in the game. You've got to get your other scorers involved if you're Kingsland. But for me, what's been the story in the last few minutes is the Ramblers with some turnovers. A little bit sloppy with the basketball in the half-court offense, and that's resulted both in lost opportunities for Cotter, but also opportunities at the other end then for Kingsland to get back in.
Let's see if the Ramblers settle down. Wolf going inside. They go back out to Wolf. Hagen brings the defense up, and just a little mishandle by Blank, able to get the ball back at half-court.
Yeah, very nearly another turnover.
Blank will give it back up to Wolf.
Ramblers trying to figure out what they want to do here against this aggressive man-to-man.
Hegel went in for the shot, misses.
Not a bad idea for Hegel. Little floater in the lane, but just doesn't come down with the shot.
Hagen makes his move in the lane. Count it, and the foul. Brian Hegel called for his first personal foul. Fourth team foul, and Hagen will have a chance at a three-point play as Nelson will
Get
check
the
back.
big man back in too for Kingsland. Now all of a sudden, Kingsland is really knocking at the door. They were down 17.
Now down 7. .324 to go in the first half. Wolf over to Bolin. Now Leaf will take a look.
Again, the Ramblers patient here. Need to set some screens, something to free up because this Kingsland team very athletic as well. And all over the Ramblers.
Not much available inside as the Ramblers.
Yeah, it
around
really
the
isn't.
perimeter.
It's good defense. Keep pushing the Ramblers further and further away from the basket. Thomas O'Brien is going to come back in.
Three-pointer from Hegel. And a battle for the rebound is still loose. Picked up by Bolin.
Good rebound for Cotter.
With a couple
Patrick's penetration into the lane and able to kick it back out gave Hegel that first good look at the basket.
And a couple of Kingsland players colliding underneath the basket, so they couldn't get the rebound.
See if Cotter goes back to trying to penetrate here and dish it back out.
Inside, looking for Bolin. Still Rambler basketball. And as Dave mentioned, O'Brien will check in along with Joe Conway.
Yeah, fresh legs, Leaf and Wolf will come out. Try and get a couple of shooters so Conway can get inside and rebound and get some shots in the lane. And obviously Thomas is going to put up the three.
Right off the inbound pass, Nelson grabs the rebound. That's off of Bolin. It hit his knee. And so Kingsland will inbound. Bolin very nearly got another steal.
Yeah, he did. Hammers will go back here with some pressure and see if they can force some turnovers.
Hagen able to get it across half court. Now the fadeaway jumper misses. Underneath, that was Kellogg.
And Kellogg was deep under the basket, able to get that rebound and back his way out just enough to get the foul.
Brian pulls back on the three. Now to Bolin. He'll take the three-point shot. And a rebound underneath by Nelson.
You get late in the half like this and your legs are a little bit tired and suddenly, the spring is just not quite in there on those long-range jump shots.
Nelson fed Kellogg underneath. He
Foul.
tried the reverse layup.
Kellogg will foul Conway on the rebound.
Second personal foul on Kellogg. And the Ramblers.
Oh, we got a technical foul. Yeah, that's. Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, we saw Nelson barking earlier at the officials, and now Kellogg barking afterward.
So
And that'll be the third on Kellogg, the technical foul. So a real mistake by the big man there. He's going to put the Ramblers at the line to shoot the technical. They'll have the ball. And now suddenly Kellogg at 6'6", one of those big men for Kingsland, has 3 fouls and now have to come out with only a minute 25 to go.
O'Brien misses the first.
Cotter can be a little streaky at the foul line.
Fenstermacher will check in for Kellogg. Will have to sit with those 3 fouls.
2 big misses, though, there. You said the Ramblers can be a little streaky sometimes from the foul line.
Bolin looked in for the play. Now a bounce pass over to O'Brien. Blank tried to get past the defense, couldn't. Now Blank will penetrate. Nelson.
The shot's just not dropping.
Ramblers have gone cold. Less than a minute to go.
Kingsland has switched up on the offense, too, getting the ball in Hagen's hands more often here, letting him handle it against the pressure.
Hagen inside, off the glass, misses. Hegel grabs the rebound. Now Bolin up court. Off the glass, good for Conway.
Nice rebound by Hegel. He gets it right to Patrick, hands it right to him. Conway releases. Good transition basketball for the Ramblers.
Soom trying to dribble past the defense. Gets the block call on Conway. Conway will pick up his second personal foul. Now David Leaf will check back into the Rambler lineup.
Leaf will get in and handle the ball, replacing Conway.
24 seconds as Soom takes a look to Nelson. Fenstermacher over to Eberle, will drive baseline, now back out to Nelson. 3-pointer from Nelson, hits the back iron.
We'll let him have that.
Long down court pass, just over
Too much.
Eagle.
Now that time not a bad idea, because you had Hegel, ran the floor well. Kingsland didn't pick him up, but the pass just a little long.
6.6 seconds to go. Soom pushing it up court, 3 seconds. Soom will take the shot from half court, short.
A little early on that shot. I think he had more time than he realized.
He had a couple more seconds left, but the Ramblers will head to the locker room with a 34-27 lead over the Kingsland Knights. And we will take a break here on HBC Channel 25, back with second half action in just a little while.
What kind of people need physical therapy? All kinds of people use Sport and Spine, from those who need help with sports injuries to people who experience everyday wear and tear. Are you one of the 85% of people who suffer from back pain? Sport and Spine can help you eliminate back and neck pain and teach you how to prevent reoccurrences. Our patient care representative can answer all your questions. At Sport and Spine, we know that any pain is too much pain.
Backyard McCown Gymnasium, waiting for the start of the second half between the Cotter Ramblers and the Kingsland Knights. Ramblers leading 34-27. Justin Barrientos alongside Dave Williams. And Dave, what do you see at halftime here for Kingsland versus Cotter?
Well, I thought, early on the Ramblers came out and were really on fire from the floor, hit their shots well, took care of the basketball as well. And I thought late in the half, whether it's a little bit of fatigue or whatever it may be, Cotter got a little sloppy with the passing, had a few turnovers late in the half that led to some missed opportunities, obviously, for Cotter, but some chances at the other end for Kingsland. And the Ramblers went a little cooler from the floor, and some of that, probably attributed to what Kingsland did, switching the defense, abandoning the zone fairly early and going to the man-to-man, but also obviously fatigue starts to set in. It becomes a little bit harder to to hit the jump shot from long range. So a couple of factors there. I think what Cotter needs to do right now, though, is come out and figure out how are we going to create some chances for our shooters, shooters like Thomas O'Brien and Sam Blank, to knock down the shots from the perimeter. And I think, one thing that you have to do that's always a good fallback, you drive and kick it out. Drive the lane, kick it back out. Patrick Boland certainly can do a very good job of that. Sam Blank can do a good job of that. And so we'll see if the Ramblers try and break the defense down a little bit, set some screens, get in the lane, and then either kick it out for the open jump shot or take it to the rim.
You mentioned Thomas O'Brien. He was a spark off the bench for the Ramblers, hitting 3 3-point shots in that first half.
Well, yeah, he comes out and when he gets that shot going, he's got so much confidence in it, and he was really knocking it down from long range, doing it with a man in his face, defender right in his face. Hagan early was the defender, but again, Kingsland switching up the defender on Thomas a little bit. I believe they, you threw Eberle at him a little and was able to play him a little bit tighter, I think, than Hagan had been, and that affected Thomas's shot when he came back in off the bench.
Been fairly free of fouls in this game, except for Jared Kellogg, who picked up that technical foul. And 3 fouls. He is out there on the court with those 3 fouls.
The personal foul and then the technical right away really hurts, obviously.
A miss by Bernard from 3.
That's going to be the 4th foul, I think, right there on Kellogg.
It is.
He comes in late from the backside, trying to get that rebound. Patrick Boland had good position, and Kellogg just coming in late and really caught Patrick right across the arm.
So just about 17 seconds into the second half, and Kellogg has to sit. Fenstermacher has come in for Kingsland.
Now, Kellogg hasn't had a huge impact on this game. Really, Nelson out of the big men, not to make light of what Kellogg contributes, but he's had a fairly quiet game tonight. But again, he presents another height mismatch in the front court for Kingsland.
It's over to Andy Wolf. Wolf closely guarded there by Bernard, gets it off to Hegel. Hegel will get it back up top. Wolf.
Ramblers trying to spread the floor. Patrick Boland's trying to get a post up down low. He feels that he's got a matchup that will work. We'll see if they'll get it to him. Oh, had it there.
A little hard to get it past Nelson, though. The ball goes out of bounds off the Ramblers, and it's Kingsland basketball.
Yeah, I think Eagle trying to drive in there and see if he could create something, and the double team came quickly on the baseline, and Hegel really has had nowhere to go.
Hagan will now run the point. As Dave mentioned, they've kind of given the point to Hagan. Soom started out
Soom
at the
struggled
point.
a little bit.
Yeah.
His big asset is his speed and his quickness, but against David Leaf, that's not going to work. Leaf is too fast.
Fenstermacher out on the wing. Soom will give it right back, looking inside. Nelson off the glass.
Yeah, they can't let Nelson get that ball in. There's no help there. They try and deny that pass in. Doug Gurnis is going to come up and get in early. Did a pretty nice job in the first half coming off the bench.
12 points on the night for Nelson, approaching his season average of just over 14 points. Patrick Boland, good on the floor.
Boland is really working to post up Fenstermacher. And I think that he gets in there. A nice shot at the other end by Hagan, but Boland hits that post up, and he doesn't need to get right to the rim. He can hit that little, that little floater.
Sam Blank looking to go inside for Boland. 3-pointer from Blank.
And there you see it. They kick into Boland. Boland able to kick the ball back out as the double down on Boland. Boland able to kick it back out to Sam for an open shot.
Hagan down court, lost the ball. Fenstermacher picks it up, partially blocked by Boland. And it's put back by Hagan.
Ramblers nearly had the turnover.
Leaf will swing it around. Now it gets to Blank. Blank makes his move from the elbow.
Now, not a bad look by Blank. Just a little bit too strong off the back iron.
Ramblers lead here by 6. And a kick. That'll give the opportunity for Gurnis to come into the ball game, in for Hegel.
Gurnis is going to come in to work defensively here against Nelson.
Hey, Sam, help.
Gurnis a little more, I think, a traditional post.
Soom for 3.
Wow. Look
Boland.
at Boland get up for that rebound.
Big rebound
So
there
athletic.
for Patrick Boland. In for Boland. Travel.
Travel here. The coaching staff for the Ramblers not happy about it. It's tough to see from our vantage point what happened. Nelson was coming over with the help.
Eberle.
Very rarely, I think, is going to walk.
Eberle checks in for Soom for Kingsland.
Get ahead. Sam? Andy?
Eberle in trouble. Bad pass, but Fenstermacher there to clean it up.
Well, that was luck. I mean, it just got through the Cotter defender even. Fenstermacher, right place at the right time, just went to the basket, and the ball was there.
Boland will back up and the offense will reset. 3-pointer from Blank. Just hit the side of the basket.
Just off the mark there.
Yeah.
Here again, Kingsland making a run.
Hagan from the free throw line misses. Cut the lead to 4 as the Ramblers come down. Boland feeds Leaf. 3-pointer, David Leaf.
And David Leaf's been quiet at the offensive end, not there.
That 3, his first basket of the game.
Talk about that balance, another player who can get out.
Andy Wolf called on his first personal foul, first team foul to have for the Ramblers. Hagan inbounds to Bernard. Bernard will get a shot at the point.
And Patrick very nearly with a steal there.
Inside for Nelson. Nelson,
Gurnis keeps him away from the basket.
good defense by Gurnis.
That's what you want. You want to keep Nelson away. Now he catches a little bit lower.
Has to make a tough shot, but
it's
hits it.
Good defense again by Gurnis. Nelson that time just able to hit that turnaround.
14 points now for Nelson. Cross-court pass for Leaf.
Ramblers will work a play here.
Swing it around to Boland. Now Blank up top, Gurnis. Bounce pass for Boland. Splits the defense.
Yeah, it worked. A lot of good ball movement, a lot of cutters. And finally you get Patrick open in the baseline.
Hagan with the behind-the-back dribble. And a move to the basket.
Hagan just takes it the other way. He is so quick, he can get down the floor. Nice little finish the other end for Hagan.
Hagan now with 13. He averages just under 18 points a game. Boland now over to Leaf.
Real screens. Andy, go screen. Let's get there.
Gurnis swings it around back to Boland.
Gotta be quicker, Andy.
3-pointer from Wolf.
Wow.
Second 3-pointer for Andy Wolf.
All kinds of offensive threats on the floor right now for the Ramblers. Wolf left open at the top of the key by the movement, the ball movement, and able to knock down that shot.
It expands the Rambler lead to 8. Hagan trying to make a baseline move. Has the ball knocked away for a second. Fenstermacher good.
Ramblers want an offensive foul against Hagan. He's really getting that elbow out in front. Almost a stiff arm.
And there's a steal by Bernard and a foul. Boland picks up his second.
Nobody coming to help. The ball is trapped in there. Nobody coming to help. Another turnover in the Ramblers. Cotter's been a little sloppy with the ball since the early going, and now you get a foul as well.
O'Brien and Conway will check back in for the Ramblers. In for Hegel and Leaf. Bernard to Fenstermacher.
Close. That's good, Thomas.
Bernard now trying to make a move. Gets it to Nelson. Tough shot by Nelson again.
Nelson wasn't able to hit those shots in the first half. Now suddenly he's found that. Able to get out, 10 feet away from the basket, hit that shot. Was unable to do it early. If he gets that going consistently, it could be very dangerous. Wow, tough angle for Blank.
Ooh.
Thought he was way too deep there, and he got that shot.
Adds a new dimension to his game. Hagan almost out of control there. He takes the outside jumper. It's short, and the rebound by Blank. Blank nearly lost it.
Both teams now really stepping up the defensive pressure all over the floor, trying to force those turnovers.
O'Brien.
You got Hagan back on him.
Bolin kicks it out to Blank. Conway loses it. Little shovel pass down for Bernard.
Conway at the other end, the young man. Frustrated, I'm sure, by the turnover. Does a great job to run the floor, but a little out of control defensively. And a hard foul.
Third foul on Conway, and that will send Bernard to the line for 2 shots.
He just lost the dribble at the offensive end.
And Bernard knocks down his first as Leaf will check back in. Leaf will be in for Bolin. This will only be Kingsland's 4th foul shot attempt of the game. And Bernard good on both.
And neither team's really gotten to the line a lot.
The Ramblers only have 6 attempts, hitting on 3.
Kingsland knocking at the door, has it down once again to 4 points. The Ramblers can expand it.
Conway swings it over. Gurnis now to Leaf.
Careless again. The cutter was just a little bit late getting there.
That one, Hagan got a hand on it. And Leaf can't get it to fall.
Gurnis going to get called for the over the back here. Trying to get in there late and get that rebound away.
Second foul on Gurnis, 4th team foul of the half. And the Ramblers will now pressure the inbound. Bernard takes a look. He's guarded by Blank. Now O'Brien comes over. Double team. Bernard dribbles out of trouble. To Fenstermacher. And now Eberle.
Gurnis really working hard to keep Nelson away.
Hagan from the free throw line.
They leave Hagan open, allow him to get open at the elbow. He hits that jump shot. Now you get a 2-point game.
And Mike Costello will call a timeout. 30-second timeout. 2-point Rambler lead, 9:18 to go in the second half.
The momentum now is all Kingsland. The crowd is really fired up. The Kingsland crowd really into it at this point. And I think a good timeout for the Ramblers. Definitely, they want to set something up here, I think, the 30-second timeout, just to make sure that they're able to come out of this and get a basket. Now with their lead down to just 2 points. Also make sure that everybody's on the same page at the defensive end of the floor. You're not leaving a player, a shooter like Hagan, open for an easy jump shot.
This is the championship game for this part of the bracket in the Warrior Club Holiday Tournament, and we urge you to stick around here on Channel 25. Following this, we will have the other championship game, the Cotter Girls, who will be playing Park of Cottage Grove.
That'll be another wild matchup of ranked teams.
9:15 left to go in this one. Bolin now over to O'Brien. Bolin in the lane, driving in. Gurnis good.
Nice pass down low.
First points tonight for Doug Gurnis, and that expands the Rambler lead to 4. Hagan turns around and knocks down the shot. 17 points tonight for Josh Hagan.
Hagan at his average now for the season. He's a terrific shooter.
A little quiet in the first half, but has turned it on here in the second half.
Nearly gets the turnover there.
Conway in the lane. Scoop shot.
And Conway goes right around Nelson. Nelson hoping to draw the charge there, but Conway, so agile, is able to slide around him.
Soom back at the point. Now over to Eberle. Kingsland looking to go inside for Nelson. He's not open though. Soom will take a deep 3-point shot. He's short. Bolin grabs the rebound. Bolin with the outlet to Leaf. And Leaf will carry.
Yeah, David getting a little ahead of himself there in the dribble. They've called it tight. turnovers have been the bane for the Ramblers, especially here in the second half.
Sam Blank will check in. The Leaf was just trying to slow things down a little bit and wait for his teammates to come back, and unfortunately carried and turned the ball back over.
A dead ball here.
Fenstermacher in trouble, now gets it to Soom. Hagen back to Soom.
Yeah, Hagen nearly with a walk.
Eberle for 3. And the rebound to Blank.
Cotter's done a nice job on the boards tonight, especially at the defensive end.
Secondary swing.
Blank over to Leaf. Leaf will take the 3-point shot,
Be a
just
little
short. Hagen grabs the rebound. Hagen on the break. And tried to get a little too fancy. Down on the ground, jump ball, and it's Rambler basketball on the possession arrow.
Yeah, Hagen that time trying to go behind the back. Probably didn't need to. Just lost the handle on the ball in traffic.
Ryan Kegel checks in for Doug Gurnis.
Ernest did another nice job, though. I mean, Nelson is a big, strong guy. That's a lot of work.
And he forced Nelson into some odd shots, but Nelson just able to knock him down. Patrick Boland.
Shots Nelson wasn't hitting early in the game.
Patrick Boland baseline.
Look at the quickness. Travel. I don't know about that.
It's the second or third time
Wow.
Boland's
I
been
don't
called
know
for the
about
travel
that. I
down
don't know
there.
about that.
Yeah.
Go get right there, David, you.
Under 7 minutes to go.
I thought we had a foul coming even before the shot.
Well, he got past those two defenders, and Nelson made a swat at the basketball. Now Boland gets the steal on the other end.
Eyes up. Hey, Patrick, get it. Go away.
Leaf over to Blank. Blank in the lane. Good!
Yeah, a lot of contact even as the shot was coming.
6-point lead now for the Ramblers. 6.5 to go. Hagen passes off. 3-pointer from Soom. Wide open.
Soom's been quiet this game. Steps up there with a big shot for Kingsland.
First points of the ball game for Soom, and that just goes right off of Leaf out of bounds.
Leaf just careless with the ball, just dribbles it right off the back of his leg. The Ramblers just need to settle down a little bit here. And they had unofficially the 13th turnover of the game for Cotter. Too many.
Soom heads down court. Trying to get open for 3 again. He stops, dead ball. Bounce pass for Fenstermacher. Nearly thrown away. Soom saves it. Soom in the lane. Misses.
Gets his own rebound.
You
Wow.
bet. And a foul will be called on Blank. First personal on Sam Blank. 5th team foul.
Ramblers look tired right now.
Andy Wolf checking in. In for Leaf.
Hey. Right there. Yeah, Sam, help inside. Help inside.
Fenstermacher kicks it back out to Soom. Inside, Nelson.
Everybody loses track of Nelson right there. David seals Conway off to the inside.
A 1-point Rambler lead. Nelson now with 18 points on the night. It's over to Blank.
Cotter probably getting close to needing another timeout here.
Boland stops. Now to Blank.
Patrick's got to be frustrated. You know, he's got to be thinking, if I use he's got a lot of great moves down low. There's no question about it, but he's been called, 3 times now for traveling.
Yep.
He's got to be wondering, what can I do?
Blank up top. He will back out. Now Blank in the lane. Triple team.
Wow.
I think they'll catch Hagen here for the foul.
Now Hagen got the block, but he got at the body first.
Second foul on Hagen. Second team foul. Only the 6th foul overall on Kingsland tonight.
Big free throws here for Blank. Ramblers have not gotten to the line a lot tonight.
Blank has shot the bulk of the free throws for the Ramblers, now 4 of 5 on the night. Leaf will check back in for Conway. Sam Blank now with 20 points on the night.
There's a cool customer there because Cotter really needed those 2 points.
3-point Rambler lead as Hagan dribbles away. Now to Soom.
Soom walked there, got away with it.
Soom seems to be sliding a little bit on the court.
Yeah, I don't know if it's slippery or shoes are slippery.
Block!
Oh, and
a foul.
they're going to get David for the foul. I thought that was clean. I got to agree with Coach Costello there.
It's the first foul called on Leaf tonight. And that will send Fenstermacher to the line.
Thomas O'Brien's going to come back in now for the Ramblers, put another shooter out on the floor. He'll come in for Wolf.
One more foul shot for Fenstermacher, who's come up big off the bench, 7 points on the night. Misses that one of 2 from the free throw.
Rebound for Cotter, big rebound there. The defensive end.
2-point lead with 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go.
Trying to pop O'Brien off a screen. The pass just a little late.
O'Brien.
That's got to be a foul on Hagan. Hagan got up in the air a little bit there and came down out of control.
Third foul now on Hagan. He's frustrated with the call.
And frustrated with the last 2, but they've been fouls.
O'Brien will give it to Bolin.
Use the backcourt here, away from the pressure. Every possession big right now. Cotter had a 17-point lead at one point in this game.
Nelson gets the steal.
And then the foul on Patrick. Another turnover. Eagle maybe just a little bit late coming to the ball.
Third foul now on Patrick Bolin as Gurnis will come in. So look at the Kingsland bench. CJ Borger, the head coach.
If you're Kingsland, you got to be feeling pretty good about where you're at right now. You're at the other end. You're in the bonus. You got fouls to give.
Chance to tie it up here as Fenstermacher knocks down the first.
And there's plenty of time on the clock.
All tied at 57. Fenstermacher coming up big on the foul line, 3 of 4 in the last couple minutes. Gurnis will give it off to Blank. O'Brien, deep 3-point shot.
That's a big shot. O'Brien pumps his fist. He knew that was a big shot.
4 3-point shots from Thomas O'Brien tonight.
That's his bread and butter. That's what he's there for.
Soom, jump stop.
Soom is in trouble here.
Steal by Blank.
He got inside, didn't know what to do with it. Too many white jerseys around him. See what the Ramblers can do with it. If they can extend the lead again after letting Kingsland tie it up.
Blank will back out. Now they head back into the lane. Soom tried to run and steal it. Did get a hand on it. Inside for Bolin. And Nelson.
Foul there.
There was contact.
A lot of contact. Nice job by Sam to save that ball. But
Hagan knocks down the 3. 20 points for Josh Hagan, and it's tied again at 60. And a timeout called by
Sam
Mike
Blank's
Costello.
got a cut. I think it looks like. Wow, that's big momentum right now again for Kingsland.
Full timeout, all tied at 60, and we'll take a break on Channel 25. More Rambler basketball right after this.
Merry Christmas!
Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Holidays!
Merry Christmas.
Happy Kwanzaa!
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas!
Happy Hanukkah. Happy New Year.
From
From all of us at HBC to all of you, the merriest of holiday seasons.
Minutes and 41 seconds left to go in this one, and it's as exciting as we thought it would be between the Cotter Ramblers and the Kingsland Knights.
It's going to be a tense finish. There's no question.
These two teams are both in the top 10 in Class 2A. Kingsland ranked number 7 with their 7-0 record. The Ramblers ranked number 4 with their 6-1 record.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, and the momentum in the second half has definitely, for the most part, been in favor of Kingsland. O'Brien hits that big three-point shot, but then the swing you get down here at the other end. Patrick Boland missing a shot. Looked like he might have been fouled. There was no call. Hagen comes right back down and hits a three-pointer at the other end for Kingsland.
Three-point try from Blank. In and out. Hagen wins the rebound battle.
Chance for Kingsland to take the lead here.
Hagen down court. Stops.
He walked there.
Hagen will get it back. Tipped by Boland, but right to Bernard. Inside Nelson. Out of bounds. Kingsland basketball.
Stays Kingsland. Tipped away.
I believe Gurnis got a hand in there to knock it out.
Looked like he did. See if they go for Nelson right away here on the inbound. Nelson instead will go away from the basket.
Hagen wins the jumping battle.
Yeah, just using his height there over Leaf. Here's a foul.
Foul on Boland again. Fourth foul called on Patrick Boland.
Yeah, it looked like it should have been David Leaf out there. I was Boland near the play.
Hagen.
Yeah, I think the score, Jenny Miller over here keeping the book for Cotter, is saying, wait a minute, who was that foul on?
Hagen knocks down both. 21 points for Hagen.
I think to the point, it looked like the foul should have been on Leaf, and they gave it to Patrick, which would be his fourth.
Blank loses the handle on the
turnover. Now we'll see if Kingsland just holds the ball here, runs the clock. A minute and a half to play. Looks like that's what the Knights are going to try and do.
Hagen now makes a move to the basket.
Now he'll kick it back out. Kingsland's going to hold this ball as long as they can, try and force a foul. They finally get it from Sam Blank.
Blank will pick up his second. We'll send Eberle to the line, 0 of 1 from the free throw line. Gurnis will come out as Hegel checks in.
Yeah, getting Hegel in for his offense here again. Remember, Hegel can get that shot from the outside as well, so get your shooters on.
A little time for Eberle to hit his first free throw of the game.
Still a lot of time left, though, for the Ramblers.
Eberle hits them both, and Andy Wolf will check back in. Wolf will be in for Leaf.
Interesting substitution. Wolf in for Leaf.
A minute 15 left to go. Kingsland by 4. Boland.
Good look at the basket there.
Blank cleans it up.
And a good follow by Sam. Boy, Patrick got inside the defender. Missed his layup, but Sam was right there weak side to be able to put that in.
A 30-second timeout called. A 2-point lead here with a minute 2 left to go.
Yeah, the Ramblers just want to set up here what they want to do defensively, make sure they get the right personnel out on the floor as Leaf will come back in. But, yeah, this is going to be, right now, if you're Cotter, obviously, Kingsland has shown that their preference is to just hold the ball if they can and force the Ramblers to foul them. I think you probably at this point don't want to foul Eberle.
No.
Who's looked pretty good at the line.
Hagen has done a good job on the foul line.
Definitely you don't want to foul Hagen.
In fact, they've only missed 2 foul shots. Eberle has 1 miss and Fenstermacher has a miss.
Kingsland has done a nice job of taking care of the basketball here in the second half. The turnover battle definitely being won by Kingsland. The Ramblers have struggled to hold on to the ball.
And a foul called on the baseline.
And they're going to get Wolf here before the ball is even inbounded.
Second foul on Wolf.
Now you got some jawing again going back and forth here. But that's tough because the Ramblers trying to set a press up. You don't even get a chance to put it on.
And there's the guy that we didn't want to put on the foul line, Hagen.
Huddle him and tell him that.
Thomas O'Brien
Still
checks
got a
in.
lot of time. Still a lot of time for Cotter.
Hagen misses.
Oh, big miss. And a big rebound for Hegel.
3-point lead, 56 seconds to go. Leaf gives it to O'Brien. There's the three from O'Brien.
Just misses. Look at Bolin, though, trying to keep the rebound alive, and it's just off of Bolin and Hegel.
Kingsland inbounding.
There's a good look at the basket for Thomas, just out of the cylinder.
Hagen picks up the dribble. Stolen away by Bolin. He threw it away.
Use a timeout.
Jump ball, and it's
That's going to
Kingsland
favor
basketball.
Kingsland. Boy, Patrick had it, and he tried to play the ball right ahead to O'Brien, but O'Brien wasn't looking.
Yeah, his back was turned to the ball.
Yeah, he wasn't looking. A great anticipation by Patrick, recognizing that the triple team effectively on the ball, that there was nowhere for Hagen to go with the ball.
Now 40.4 seconds on the clock. The inbound goes to Hagen, and O'Brien fouls right away.
Yeah. Well, Hagen did miss one out of his last two. So.
I don't think that was the plan.
I'm sure it wasn't, but you know, it was like I say, Hagen missed his last foul shot. So.
Hagen unofficially 4 of 5 from the free throw line.
Well, he's correcting himself.
On that shot, he
Never
did.
hit that one.
And knocks them both down.
Now it's a little tighter. 5-point game.
Three-pointer from Blank. Hits it.
Oh, that's a big one. Nice screen set there. Leaf does a nice job to find Blank open. Sam wide open for that jump shot. It's not over yet. 32 seconds. Again, a lot of time left here.
Full timeout called by the Ramblers with a 2-point lead, 32 seconds to go. And we'll take a break here on HBC Channel 25. More Rambler basketball right after this.
This is the best time of the year, and it's only at your Toyota dealer. It's Toyotathon, the perfect time to save on many of the Toyotas you've been wishing for. Get 0% APR for 60 months or 3,000 customer cash on the unstoppable Tundra. IntelliChoice's best when you buy it, best when you sell it, best while you own it. Or get a $299 a month lease for 36 months on the rugged Tacoma, America's best-selling compact truck. The Toyotathon year-end sales event. Hurry, time is running out.
Kingsland inbounding. They get it to Bernard, and Bernard will be fouled by Blank.
I think they got Bolin.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, that was Patrick coming in. So that should be his 5th
That'll be
foul
his
on
5th.
Patrick Bolin.
O'Brien and Conway set to check in for the Ramblers. Patrick Bolin gets an ovation from the crowd. 11 points on the night for Patrick Bolin.
To get O'Brien back in and Conway back into the game as well here for the Ramblers. Now, tough night. Tough way to end it for Patrick, fouling out of the game.
Bernard 2 of 2 from the line tonight. And those are his only points of the ball game. 3-point lead, a chance to make it 4. Misses. Nelson grabs the rebound.
Big rebound, Nelson. Cotter been doing a really good job on the defensive boards off the missed free throw, but Nelson steps up there.
Second foul called on Leaf. And Nelson has not shot a free throw tonight.
A little unorthodox, but it worked.
Calmly knocks down both. O'Brien foul.
That's a hard foul by Hagen, too. Wow.
For Hagen, that's his fourth.
NBA, that's a flagrant.
So 3 foul shots upcoming now for O'Brien.
A lot of pressure. Thomas had missed those 2 foul shots earlier on that technical. It looks good here.
Rahoya, know where you're at.
Wolf is going to come in for O'Brien.
And O'Brien knocks down all 3.
That was big for the young man. A 2-point game with 22 seconds to play.
And Wolf fouls Hagen.
Now Kingsland doing a good job of getting the ball in Hagen's hands here on the inbound. Yeah, we'll need to work to deny that.
Hagen misses.
Oh.
O'Brien checks back in.
Yeah, that is a big miss. No question about that. Kingsland's had a few chances to really ice this game at the foul line late, but they're letting Cotter hang. They got a 3-point game with 20 seconds to go. You know they're going to look to get it to Thomas.
13 seconds. Now over to Blank. 8 seconds. Deep 3. Short. Loose ball. Tie up. Oh, a foul is going to be called on O'Brien.
O'Brien wants the jump ball, but it's going to be a foul instead. Well, you got it. One of the 2 shooters you'd like to have take a look are O'Brien and Blank. They got it to Blank, but his shot from way outside NBA range and just short in the front of the iron.
Fenstermacher is on the line for Kingsland. He's 3 of 4 from the foul line tonight. And hits the first. Fenstermacher with 11 points off the bench, 4.3 seconds, a 3-pointer from Blank, hits the side of the backboard, and that will do it for the game as Kingsland comes away with a 73-68 win over the Cotter Ramblers. And this will set up an interesting matchup come February. February 3rd, Kingsland will head to the Barbischel Gym to take on the Cotter Ramblers at 6 o'clock, a rematch of sorts.
Get there early that night.
You bet.
I'll tell you what, seats will be hard to come by. Yeah, that was, I'll tell you, a big game. A big, 1 point, Cotter led by 17 early in this game, 27-10, and Kingsland comes roaring back. At the Ramblers, the story I think in the second half was turnovers, and Cotter got sloppy with the ball a few times and turned it over, I'm sure, more than the coaches would like to have seen, more than the Ramblers themselves would like to have seen. And Kingsland got hot from the floor and really came out and took it to Cotter in the second half.
So Kingsland led by Josh Hagen, 25 points for Hagen.
Yeah, big night for him.
And Alex Nelson with 20. For the Ramblers, it was Sam Blank who scored 25, and Thomas O'Brien off the bench with 15 points. So that
you
will
can bet next time these teams meet, there'll be a new plan in place for what to do with Hagen.
That's right. The Ramblers' next action will be now on January 5th when they will have a home game against Lake City. That game will get underway at 7:30 at the Barbischel Gym. And that's going to wrap up our coverage on this game as Cotter Ramblers lose to Kingsland 73-68. Stay tuned here at HBC Channel 25. In just a little while, we will have the Cotter girls who will play Park of Cottage Grove. That's coming up in just a little while here on Channel 25.
How many number 22 guys?